Gonna give it a sec here before we get started. We're about to be underway. Welcome everybody to BRL Split 2. We are in round 18 here in Mexico. One of my favorite tracks, definitely a bit technical, but I am Adam Max going to be your lead commentator tonight for a nice little change of pace here in Split 2, joined by the always fantastic Deer Hunter.
How's it going, guys?
So a little different here. Deer Hunter wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it, so we kind of switched up the commentary situation. But thankfully, he is going to be in here. So always a pleasure to have him in the booth. We are here in Mexico. The championship has already been decided. As we can see here, it looks like Sinkscar already leaving the pits. A couple of cars starting to head out on track here in Mexico City. Got all the good information up here.
And I'll tell you, Adam, speaking of Saints cars, he's going out to make some runs. He is going to be actually racing on the wheel tonight, so a little bit different for him. He does not have much experience on the wheel. He 95% of the time uses the pad. I think this is the first race of the season he is using the wheel. So why not start? After you've won the championship with 4 races to go, why not have some fun and play on the wheel a bit?
It's a big adjustment. I think, for me this season, I haven't been as active in BRL as I was in the first season when it comes to the racing. But, I did our time trials on the controller, and then I got my wheel, and the adjustment from one to the other has still not really happened for me, mainly because I haven't put the time in. But for Sinkscar, he's got so much pace. It seems like every track. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do on the wheel, see where he's going to excel and where he's kind of going to struggle. It'll be really interesting to see how he does in this race.
Well, I think it's a good move for him, do this not only so he has a few races to get under his belt and more experience on the wheel, but in a league environment where you've got close racing, you have to be on the edge of your seat, especially with him. It's anticipated he'll go to Tier 1 next year. We're moving to tiers next year. It's anticipated he will go to Tier 1. So it's good for him to not only get that experience and get adjusted to the wheel, but get experience in a league racing format almost.
Yeah, I agree. And as we kind of look around the field here, it looks like Nuglife is our first driver to start his outlap in the Williams. Currently going on that long back straight. I believe the longest straight on the calendar, if not one of them. But flying down that main, almost mile-long straight, going through the first couple of corners. This track is tough. It's very flat, which is not ideal sometimes, but the track itself has some really tricky corners where it's very easy to lose time.
It is. It's, the first sector, you got to have a good balance in your wings. You got to be able to have it good enough so you can get through the very technical middle sector and final sector, but also they need to be low enough that way you can get through the first sector and not lose a lot of time. It's a very tricky circuit when it comes to dialing in setups. I know several drivers in Split 1 last week, pardon me, had troubles with it, especially when it came to the tire wear. That's going to be a big factor in today's race, is the tire wear. I think the strategy is going to be softs to hards, and we might actually see a couple two-stops even, possibly today, as Pog sets the fastest lap at a 16.6. Not too shabby. Not too bad.
Waiting for Nug left across the line. A little bit slower, 117.0. Both those drivers on these soft compound tires. So our first couple of times starting to pour in, more drivers out on outlaps. Facetus has started his flyer. Sinkscar right there behind him. He's on the hards. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 2.
For road, he stopped on track. For slow, Mitch goes to pole with a 16.3.
Yep. 3/10 quicker than Pog, so I'm actually, having missed the race last Friday, I'm not entirely certain what the pole lap's going to be here, so I'm curious to see how close these drivers can get. I know these Split 2 guys are all very, very evenly matched, so I'm excited to see. Say that's his first time. It's a 118.8. Currently on board with Sinkscar here. He is on those hard compound tires. Only driver out on track, I do believe, that's on the hards.
Etsu goes to P4 for 17.3. And I'll tell you, some of these drivers missed last race at Japan. Some of the drivers did not show up. And that drastically affected some of the midfield battles in the drivers and the constructors. I believe the drivers, like I said, it's settled already, but I think the constructors might still be up for grabs here. Let me check.
around here. Signacar's about to cross the line. Not going to be the best time from him. It's going to be a 1:19.7. So currently about 3 seconds slower. Slingshot crosses the line, 1:18.8. Bounce Signacar down to P8. Zonic still in the pits. GK Phantom in the middle of the second, really the beginning of the second sector. His teammate approaching the end of the first sector. The Renos have had some pretty good pace, but some very bad luck throughout this season. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do here. See how the racing looks. Currently on board with SF1 Roads, he's looking pretty racy. Second sector, it's a 57.6 on those medium tires.
Phantom goes a 56.9 through the middle sector. He's even on a better lap. Once again, the Renault's so quick in qualifying. We saw it last week with McFace Taste getting pole. Phantom was in there in the top 8 or 9 pretty solidly. It just comes down to they don't really have the race pace, which is unfortunate to see. If they can just back up the qualifying pace, and Phantom, once again, you see it right there, 16.6 goes P2 in qualifying.
Yeah, really, really good times there. And the I think it's really been interesting to me the difference between the Toro Rossos and the Renault, where they've both been very strong as a overall constructors. But you see, Exia and Like Me or Not currently P5 and P7. Right as we say that, Facitas goes P5, 117.1. So the Renault's in a fantastic position right now. Currently sitting P2 and P5 on the grid here. A little over 11 and a half minutes to go in Mexico. Time really starting to pour in now.
Cesar's on a really good lap here on the hards. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Never mind, that was the previous lap. Oh, he's P12 on the hards. That's not good.
Henchman's going to cross the line. It's a 120.6, but he invalidated. That lap did not count, so I think he might have been saving some DRS. He's now going for it down the main straight. DRS open to Zonic on an outlap. Blue flag approaching the end of Sector 2. It's a 56.6, so on the softs looking very good right now for Blue flag in the Ferrari.
This could have a shot at
yellow
pole.
Sectors 2 and 3. Yeah, we're going to see if he can kind of hold it together down to the end of Sector 3. Around these final couple of corners where Valtteri Bottas crashed in the actual race qualifying. Crosses the line, and it is pole 116.2. Very close between him and Mitch. Good lap there from Phantom. And entering the pits now, Pogs currently running P4. So Pogs has put in a really very solid lap. Second with that grid in the Haas. Lots of drivers in the pits now.
And just to confirm that in regards to the constructors, as long as Ferrari scores 4 points in this race, they will win the constructors over Red Bull and Toro Rosso.
They've had some really good. They've had the benefit of some very good, some very high finishes. The Toro Rossos have been very impressive as a collective whole, but the Ferraris have really done a good job between Six Car and Blue Flag as well. They both have insane pace, so.
Well, they've just been much more consistent.
They'll get 4 points.
I feel like Toro Rosso, they had very troubling races in the mid half of this season, where Like Me or Not would get a solid top 5, or Etsy would DNF, or vice versa, or something would go wrong, and they just haven't been able to string together finishes. And we've actually been seeing that past few races with Red Bull. They've been making a surge past Toro Rosso in the constructors when I believe they were 50-plus points down at one point. Be able to crawl their way back into P2. Unfortunately, they're just punching their impact a little too late. And Pogs goes to P2.
Pogs, yeah. I was on board there with him. He was 4 tenths down at the end of the second sector, on pace for pole, and actually lost a tenth in the third sector. He was, an absolute flyer from him, a 116.3. So, look at this. Pogs is a .307. Mitch is a .308. It does not get any closer than that. These two drivers showing just how skilled they are. Both those drivers on the soft compounded tires. Mitch currently out on the mediums. A lot of other drivers in the pits. Tazonic is on an outlap, it looks like. Kind of move through here. Lots of drivers in the pits, as we said. Methods pushing, but not very much left in terms of battery life. Slingshot is on a flyer at the end of the first sector. He's already gained time from the previous lap, so I just went abandoned and go for an outlap.
Zonic is able to jump up to P5 on the medium. That's a good lap by him. I wouldn't doubt to see several drivers do the medium to hard strategy. I'm actually surprised we're seeing a lot of medium runners out here. I'm surprised by that.
as well. Currently on board with TK, 56-1, so he's actually looking very good in the second sector. He is on those soft compound tires, approaching the rear of Sinkscar's hard still. Making the final push through these last couple of corners. TK's been really impressive since I've started watching him, so curious to see what he's going to put together here. It should be a pretty solid lap time. And it is, oh, provisional pole, holy cow, 1:15.4. Goodness me, absolutely flew through Sector 3. Currently on pole by 8/10 of a second. Absolutely stellar lap there from the Williams, my goodness.
I'll tell you what, butter me up and call me Fred. That is an absolutely incredible lap right there.
Yeah, that was that third sector really, I think, is where the difference was made. He was looking good through Sector 2, but Sector 3 he absolutely nailed. No mistakes, right on line, and really kind of showed how it's done there. Yeah, provisional pole for TK, 7 minutes remaining. Exia currently P9 starting his flyer. He's on those soft compound tires, so now we've got a pretty healthy split between mediums and softs. Looking around go fast on an out lap, like me or not. Currently on his flyer on the softs as well.
Continuing on the hards.
I think he's probably going to go with a pretty conservative strategy. He's not going to, I don't think he's anticipating to be challenging for, very high up in the position, being on the wheel for the first time in a league race.
Oh!
And right as we say that, he spins, loses the rear. Rear tires got very warm, gets out of the way of TK, but still got 6.5 minutes, plenty of time.
In the chat, remember, Adam's the one who did the commentators versus Sinkscar, not me.
It's my burden to bear now. Through here, let's look at like it or not. He's gained time through the first sector. Through the second sector, he's gained a set 1.2 seconds. Compared to the mediums, that currently would put him around a 1:16.7. Puts him up in the near the top 5, right around P6 or so. See what he can do through Sector 3. Should definitely gain time compared to the mediums. Inside line here, he's going to cross the line 1:16.3. Yep, P5. And then Exia P2 1:15.9. Facedas right there 1:15.7. So the time's pouring in. Facedas currently sitting right there next to TK. Not too much time splitting them, but Exia a very solid lap as well with a 1:15.9. A little over 1/10 of a second behind Facedas, who has found some ridiculous qualifying pace. Blue flag is down 5/10 through Sector 2. Across the line, provisional pole 1:15.47. Gets TK at the line by about 100th of a second, so very, very close. These guys really starting to find the track and making it work for them. Around here, let's see. Pogs currently on his flyer. He set his original time on the softs. I believe he did gain a little bit of time through Sector 1. Big mistake, not big mistake, but a little oversteer there. It's not going to do him any favors. Let's see, like me or not going on. Looks like he's on an in-lap. Lots of other drivers in the pits.
Hogs is on a
Sinkscar.
Okay lap here. He's 100th down. No, he's 2.5 tenths down. Yep, he's just, I think he's going to pull it into the pits here. Once you realize you can't improve that early on, you might as well just bring it in, check on those soft and see what you can do.
On board with Sinkscar here, he had gained some time through the first sector. His battery charge is not very high, only sitting around 20%. And only has it around high right now in terms of deployment. This S section that's so incredibly tricky here to stay online. Looks like he should be gaining, improving on his Sector 2, and he is. 1.4 seconds difference. See how he can hold it together through Sector 3 on those hards.
Now, I think he's honestly using this as a practice session. I noticed he's going on the hards, putting in multiple laps all session long. I think he's using this as a practice session for the race.
He had a good lap going there. I mean, he was over, even right there, just improves on the time, 1.6 seconds faster. So had he crossed the line, would have been a much better time for him, but goes for a drive-through, doesn't actually go into the pits. Looking around here, Facedas on an in-lap. Only about 3.5 minutes remaining here in Mexico, one of the longer tracks. These guys are going to need to get out on track if they want to go for one more. Tazonic has the idea. He's on his out lap currently. Nuglife has begun his, I would say, final flyer with 3 minutes left on those soft compound tires, looking to improve improve off of a 1:17.0.
Joel's on a lap here, 57-1. That's a second slower than he needs to be, but nonetheless would improve him up several positions. See what he can do here. Run up to the line, very wide coming out of that penultimate corner. What will it be at the line? He jumped up to P10. I mean, it's an okay lap, but if you're right on the cusp, 9th or 10th on the softer compound tire, you're really hoping right now somebody jumps you. That way you can start on a fresh set of tires here.
Well, looking at Nuglife right now, he just lost some time through, lost a lot of time through Sector 2. He's 2 seconds down his previous lap. Looking around here, oh, McLaren, that's methods all over the curve on his out lap. Lots of drivers in the pits, looking to see if we can find anybody. Exia currently on his out lap. 2 minutes remaining, kind of a pack forming there. Blue flag now on another out lap. 2 minutes remain here in Mexico City.
Both of the McLaren's down to P14, P15. That's quite a bit surprising. They were very strong at Japan, with Rhodes getting a P4, Methods up there in the podium and leading the race for several laps until the crash. Down to P14, P15. Pretty surprising to see as Methods goes in on the flyer.
On board with Like Me or Not right now, he's gained 2 tenths of a second through Sector 1. Currently has him around a 1:16.1, would actually bump him up there towards P5. So on pace right now for a good lap is the Toro Rosso, Like Me or Not. See what he can do through the second sector. Looking pretty good so far. Very smooth. He is approaching some traffic, one of the racing points, and that's going to be Go Fast. Going to get out of the way. He is Go Fast. Goes to the outside. 3 tenths down. 50 seconds remainder made here until the checkered flag flies. Height inside on that corner. A race to the line. It's going to be a 1:15.9. So he does. He continually improves through each sector. Not so much for the third sector, but it is enough for P5.
He slots in right behind his teammate. Now Etsy a 10.5 up as he starts to head through the S's. He has a car in front of him. Hopefully it won't provide too much dirty air. If nothing, a little bit of slipstream down through here. Let's look at sector 2. Is it a high 55? Yes, it is. It's a 55.7. This might be a shot at pole. Dexter's already getting in the way. Heading through sector 3. I believe he's on a lap himself. Etsy could get his first pole of the season if he can hold it together right here. 2 more corners to go. With the ultimate corner. Right up to the line. ERS, DRS, slipstream at the line.
Oh, he got him! Holy cow, 4 tenths quicker than Blue Flag. He's going faster, but he's got to find 2 tenths in the third sector, and he's going to go a little bit wide through that corner. Not the ideal line. Big mistake there from Blue Flag. Spins the rears, and he goes into the wall there to cap it off. Oh, man. Exia with a flyer. The checkered flag has waved. Exia with a 1:15.0. Absolutely blitzed that final sector. P4 for Mitch, Phantom sitting P5, Blue Flag crosses the line for P2, TK is not going to improve. Go Fast goes to P3, 1:15.476, 6/1000ths of a second behind Blue Flag. Incredibly close pace between P2 to P4.
100 separates P2 to P4. Oh my gosh.
I think that is going to conclude the session. Methods improved from the 1:16.2 up to P11. So Like Me or Not is going to be the last driver in P10. So he will have to start all on the soft compound tires, 1st through 10th. Everybody else is going to have that choice. But that is going to be the end of qualifying. And it's Exia at the end of the session who takes pole position in Mexico City. As Deer Hunter said, his first of the season. What a lap from the Toro Rosso.
Oh, we might be getting some reports. Saintscore might be going back to the pad this race. We're going to wait and see.
Oh.
Evidently, he wasn't too pleased with his performance on the wheel, which is to be expected. He's 2.4 seconds off. Usually he's about 2.5 seconds quicker. But we'll have to wait and
My
see.
goodness, though. I mean, P2 to P10 within 5
Yeah.
tenths of one another, and then Exia just came out of nowhere and takes out 4 tenths from Blue Flag.
Look at that, top 13 separated by 1.2 seconds. That's not horrible. When you look at P2 to P13 separated by about 3/4 of a second, and with the slipstream and DRS fest this race is going to be, oh, it's going to be action-packed.
Yeah, it will be, especially Blue Flag starting their P2. He's had some serious pace, and you have to think about the start here as crucial as anywhere. I mean, more so here with how long that straightaway is. You want to be able to tuck in. You know, pole position might not always be the best place to start here in Mexico. So these guys are going to want to get the best start possible, make sure they have plenty of heat in their tires, and go into that drag race that is turn 1 as quickly as they can.
And I tell you, we've seen it in split 1 in the past. We've certainly seen it in split 2 in the past. You can't win the race on the first corner. Unfortunately, I think we might see a little bit of carnage head into this first corner because, like you said, you got so much slipstream, you got such a run heading down in the first corner. It's a drag race down into there, but you got to also be patient. You can't win the race lap 1.
I think it's tough too because I think, from my own personal experience, you go into these turns, you know there's a heavy braking zone coming. You don't want to be the guy that starts a massive pileup, so maybe you brake a little bit earlier than you normally do. But then the driver behind you doesn't anticipate that, and then the whole chain happens anyways. So it's a really tough balance. It's what makes these league races so exciting is that awareness of the drivers in front of you, reacting to what they're doing while also, trying to make a pass or make a move. So it'll be interesting here to see how these split 2 guys handle that. If SingScar is indeed switching to the pad from the back of the field, it might be interesting to see the charge that he makes. Waiting now for the drivers to load their setups, tire selection, fuel choice, all that stuff. We have 30 seconds to the formation.
Just trying to get confirmation here to see if SingScar is in fact going to the pad, but looking at the driver standings here, it's like I mentioned last race, the mid-pack or the midfield is so close. You look in the standings, P9 is Ed Toronto, who isn't here tonight, is sitting on 54 points. P19, BRL Methods, is sitting on 24 points. 10 drivers separated by 30 points. Absolutely insane. So literally a point there, a point there. If you can get a pretty decent top 5 or just a points finish, it can move you up several spots here.
It's going to be, I think that midfield race is going to be really extra spicy here tonight. These guys wanting to get as many points as possible. Formation lap is underway. Everybody currently on the track, except for SingScar, who is sitting there, letting his tires get nice cold. Everybody else is indeed on the formation lap. It's not going to do the Ferrari driver, our current champion, the champion of this season, any favors, but see what he can do from P16 on the grid out of 17 runners.
And was just told in the Discord, he said, you will see. So, maybe a mystery here. We'll see whether or not he ends up being on the pad or will or not, and we should be able to see fairly quickly whether or not that's the case or not.
Gonna see what the gap is from the rest of the field. Looks like Nug Life and Slingshot doing a good job. Not too far back. Just entering the stadium section now. The rest of the field approaching that little straightaway up towards it. So doing a good job keeping it pretty close. They're not going to want to sit in the grid for a long, extended period of time. So AI is going to take control here. We are almost underway for BRL Split 2, Mexico Grand Prix. Let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to be Exia from pole to lead this race in the turn 1. Will Blue Flag get the jump? We're going to have to wait and see. Don't count out TK or Mitch, though. A lot of fast guys behind him. Vicitis, who's shown so much pace lately, down in P9. So it's expect anything, expect everything. We're going to see what's going to happen here on the start. Drivers approaching now. Slingshot at the back of the grid. And we are about to be underway. It's on now. 1 light, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights.
The lights are out and we are off here in Mexico, and it's going to be Eggsy who's going to get a pretty good start there. The runner there
Good
getting a good jump as well. Oh, go fast there, trying to squeeze up the middle. The Ferrari's got the inside line here. 4 wide up into turn 1. Checking through here, the Ferrari's got the advantage, got the blue flag under braking now. The Toro Rosso Exia gets a phenomenal launch through there. Not a whole lot of contact through the rear. Contact between the Ferrari, he's spinning. Oh, blue flag is off. Oh, contact there between JK Phantom and blue flag. He's dropped down to P17. Pogs is retired from the session.
Oh no! And just that, look at that. He's going up into P7.
He's taking advantage of that full lock, but TK has lost the front right end plate nugget. It's a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the flags. GK Phantom still over the back of Mitch, but blue flag and Pogs already out basically of this race. Yellow flags in Sector 1. Lots of tight racing already, like me or not. Zonic and TK all over one another.
Look at that. Phantom up in the
flag,
P3.
go fast.
Oh
man.
Go fast in P13, blue flag down to P15. Oh, heartbreaking starts for them. But look at that, Sinstar up in the 7th, Phantom up in the 3rd. Edsy is leading this race. Talking to Phantom before the race, he was just too happy if he scored points. Now this race, he's going to be good for a podium.
Let's go on board here with Tazonic. No DRS just yet, only on lap 2 of 36, but he does have the slipstream overtake ERS. Tazonic's going to try to move to the inside. Not too much faster than the Williams. On the brakes, no, he's going to give him plenty of space there. Now he's going to have the advantage through this corner here. A little bit. Oh, he's going to get the move done, I do believe. Yes, Tazonic gets past TK. TK left the door open, and he does get the move done. The Red Bull's up into P4 from P8 on the grid, and Sinkscar's already up into P6.
Yeah, I think we can tell Sinkscar's on the wheel.
Oh, TK.
TK.
I don't know if TK had a problem, but TK's moved off and allowed the other drivers to go past. So Sinkscar already up into P5. I'm gonna go ahead and say he's on the pole.
Yeah, Sinkscar, I'm pretty sure he is not on the wheel, as he's already up in the P5. But look at this Phantom. He's closing in on Mitch. We can see a spicy, cheeky little battle for P2.
Got to be careful of the track limits here as well. Through Sector 3, those tight corners are very easy to gain a warning on, and that can really come down to it at the end of the race. So yes, that's the fastest lap yet again. It's a 1:19.3 at front. Lap 3 beginning out. DRS is enabled from here on out. So you're going to want to make sure you stay. Oh, Methids goes fastest with the 1:19.
And just to know, all drivers in the top
straight slingshot and Nug Life. Gaining him already. Look at the ERS depletion from Slingshot Nug Life down near the 20% range. These drivers already pushing incredibly hard off the start. TK gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
And just to note, all drivers in the top 4 yet to score a win this season, so you know these drivers are hungry.
Yeah, but now you got to worry about Sinkscar. He's on the mediums. He gained so many positions and is on the medium compound tires. He's going to be able to run faster for longer compared to the guys on the softs who are really going to start to feel the heat in those tires. Zonic already feeling the pressure of Sinkscar behind him. He's going to try to take a defensive line into the braking zone here. Tazonic's going to have the inside of this corner. Goes very wide across the track there. Sinkscar still right there behind him. Following very, very closely to one another. This is the closest battle on track right now for P3. Phantom as well, pretty close to Mitch, but Sinkscar should have DRS here. Or sorry, ERS and DRS. Plenty of battery as well, so Tazonic's going to be kind of a sitting duck. He's in overtake, he's pushing, but he doesn't have the DRS, and now Sinkscar is going to move
easily
and get past him, no problem.
Phantom's starting to close in on Mitch too. The DRS certainly helping, but Mitch critically out of DRS and exit, so Exia, as long as he minds his P's and Q's, should be able to pull away right here, but Phantom just able to hang on to DRS, and he's going to have to here, as Sinkscar's only 2 seconds behind him. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, the DRS activation zones here as well, a little bit cheeky. In that first one, you get the DRS on the main straight, and then even if you get the pass done, you get it again at the end of Sector 1. So you can kind of get lucky, and Sinkscar's already pulled out 8 tenths ahead of Tazonic. Looking at the rest of the field here, don't want to ignore the midfield battle, but Methods is about 4 tenths behind TK. It does have that penalty already. It goes a little bit deep there. SF on roads battling for P11 with Slingshot. A lot of action here, and Methods is all over the track there. Not getting the line right.
Blue flag.
Just got a 3-second time penalty.
Saints goes within DRS of Phantom. Phantom made a mistake. He's lost DRS on Mitch, so he's going to have to defend here.
And SingStar is already on the hunt here. Henchman gets got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. A lot less battery this time around for SingStar. Phantom's going to move as defensive as he possibly can, but without DRS, there's not too much that he can do. He does have the inside. He's not too far behind, but yeah, SingStar is going to get it done. He's already in the podium position as of right now.
And only 2 seconds behind the leader on the medium tire, might I add.
Trying to check in there with Slingshot and Nuglife. Slingshot was already gaining a lot of time on Nuglife and kind of backed out of it there in the break, so no contact there between those two drivers. SF on roads right there as well, so a battle right now for P10 brewing.
Slingshot really trying to get in the points, and Mercedes have been struggling the past couple of weeks. Haven't been able to garner many points, and once again that constructors battle so close from about 6th down to 10th. You know, you got Williams.
Let's go on board with SingStar here. He's 2 tenths behind. He's already looking to make a move on Mitch into the stadium.
Can't do it.
He's not going to need to. He's got 40% of this battery. Sonic gets a 3-second time penalty. If the DRS that Mitch is not going to get, it's going to be another main straightaway pass for SingStar here. Go fast gets a 3-second time penalty.
Should be another easy
overtake. DRS open, yeah, shouldn't be any problem for SingStar. That's not too much of a fight now. His eyes are on Exia.
And you can see Mitch, he hadn't overtake yet. Oh, close out there. Is Mitch trying to hold it around the inside? Yes, sir. That's like this. Does he get the cut back? No, SingStar gets the DRS. That is so good.
Now he's going to get that DRS again, and he is getting some slipstream off the Ferrari, so Mitch not out of this yet. On the brakes, goes up the inside. He's going to go a little bit deep. They're going to make contact just a little bit, no too much. No wing damage there for either one, but Mitch was going deep. He was approaching quickly as well. Phantom's going to be very happy to see this is going to cost time of both these drivers as Mitch goes wide. Phantom gains a little bit of time there, but now SingStar already 6 tenths clear of Mitch. So Mitch kind of making a last-ditch effort to stay ahead of the Ferrari. Nuglife's moved into P11. SingStar just picked up a 3-second time penalty, though.
Oh my gosh, he's already...
big accident there! Methods is not out of the race, but he has lost the front wing there. Went on board with Like Me or Not and just saw the McLaren going across the track, so he is down to P12. A big wreck there, lucky to not end his race.
He was sitting in P8, so a good haul of points wiped away as you already see Cezanne down in the pits. If you're on the softs, you can start diving in here. SingStar on that here. Does he have enough of a run? Slipstream, DRS, will he dive it?
Not going to be close enough. He's gaining a lot of positions, but he's not going to need to. He doesn't even have ERS deployed right now. And he's going to be able to probably get past exit here in the short DRS zone. And look at the gap that he closed right there in those turns. DRS open, going to go to the inside line. Exia is going to hold the outside on the brakes,
easily.
And it's going to be SingStar, no problem.
Mitch
Mitch
gets
a 3-second time penalty for warnings. So SingStar again just flexing his pace here in Mexico City. He started from P16 and has gained, he gained almost 9 spots immediately off the chaos on the start. Now leading this race on lap 7 of 36.
We'll battle back here for P8. Nuglife, he hasn't had a good chunk of points here in a while, but usually when he is sitting in the points, he gets a good amount of them. He's got Slingshot right behind him too. Both Mercedes sitting in the points here. That could be very beneficial to their constructors.
On board now with Mitch kind of going around the circuit with him. He is going to get DRS on the Toro Rosso. Has got a lot more ERS as well.
Oh my gosh. He drove it in deep, heading to that third sector, but you're right.
Whoa, late move there from the Alpha, my goodness. Almost cost him there. He's not going to get past him on that straightaway. Swerved over very late. Now with the DRS, though, should have no problem. X is going to hold that defensive line around the inside. Already going to get past here. Not too much of a fight put up there by Exia on the brakes. Mitch goes to the inside. very, very tight technical portion of Mexico. Spins up the rears. Exia gets a little oversteer there.
He's struggling. That's already struggling on them
Oh,
tires.
Jules just got a move done on Like Me or Not. Jules up into P5 with SF1 Roads not very far behind as well.
I think that's just use up the tires here. I wonder if some of the soft runners will try to stretch it and do softs and mediums. If that's the most extreme strategy, you can already see several going onto the hards like Pitchman, and he started on them. Like TK, and
Like Me or Not. A little bit of oversteer there through these S's, so those rear tires start to scream out when they lose grip. Like Me or Not's already down a second off of Jules.
He's got
Jules
roads
out.
all over him too.
Eggsy is going into the pits already, so he's probably going to be going from the softs to the hards. Jules currently running P5. He started on those medium compound tires, and it seems to be working very well for him.
Lightman not stopping in the pit. Yellow flag, sector 2. They're gone. Oh, it's for blue flag. Oh, and his night goes from bad to even worse.
Gets out of the way of methods, so both these drivers having a lot of issues. Doesn't look like the Ferrari's got any damage, so he's really struggling here off the start. Super unfortunate there for blue flag. His luck has not been the best this whole season. On board with Exia and Slingshot. DRS Go Fast just retired from the session. Yellow sector 3. Are we going to have a VSC or a safety car? Meanwhile, Exia gets past Slingshot, no problem up into P5. Not sure where Go Fast lost it, but we do have a yellow out in sector 3 at the moment. Has cleared away, so I think we are don't have to worry about a safety car or a VSC here.
Jules up in the P3, Rhodes up in the P4. Granted, some guys have made pit stops, but it looks like they'll both be solidly in the points here once the cycle's out still.
On board with Tazonic, he's approaching Slingshot very quickly. He's already stopped. He's already done. He's already stopped for mediums 2 laps ago. I don't know if he's going to be able to take those mediums all the way to the end. What he is going to be able to do is get past Slingshot for P6.
Yep, I believe he's going to be 2 stops, and there's no way he can take the mediums 28 laps. I know Cookie did a very extreme strategy in split 1 and took the mediums 25 laps, and I think they were in the low 80%. So there's no way Tazonic is going to be able to take these. He's going to be doing the 2 stop.
Here's Henchman and Mitch. Mitch is out on fresh mediums right now. The Renault behind him of Facetas goes very wide, so the 2 Renaults not come off very well from qualifying. They both dropped, Phantom dropped 4 spots. Facetas actually started P9, so he has not lost any positions, but now chasing down Henchman as well as Mitch. So a battle brewing here for around P6. Warnings.
See Mitch trying to get around Slingshot here. Slingshot yet to pit, and Mitch want to get by him as quickly as possible. Several of the good guys who started on the mediums will be taking these tires, I'd say to around about 22, 23. Oh, Mitch about losing it trying to go around Mitch. Or around Slingshot.
Oh, he's off, he's done, he's out.
Slingshot!
No, he's not, his race is not over. He absolutely hammered the wall. He didn't even lose the entire front wing, but he clobbered the wall in Slingshot. My goodness.
He did that about 2 laps earlier, and he about hit the wall. He was lucky to save it. This time he couldn't. He's going to be going on to the medium end and trying to take it to the end of the race. Oh, Lightman's off! Lightman is off! James got Slingshot good.
And blue flag as well. Like Miranda had just pitted as well, so he's on brand new softs, and he's struggling too. A lot of movement here. The Renault's battling it out, P7 and P8 right now. So much action going on track here.
It's like drivers are really struggling at the end of that straightaway heading into that stadium section. Not sure if they're just locking up or just diving it in too deep.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah,
oh my gosh,
currently going on, Henchman and Phantom, but yeah, Slingshot absolutely hammered the wall. Lucky to not have his race ended either, so.
Slingshot already has a pit stop lead. over second, who hasn't pitted yet. Wow.
Oh, a move up the inside, almost a little bit of contact with it between Phantom and Henchman. Phantom very eager to get by Henchman here. Picked up a 3-second time penalty for it.
Yeah, Phantom really eager to get around here. Phantom knows he's a little bit quicker.
Oh, almost looked like a brake check there for the Mercedes. I don't think Phantom was expecting that. Now Henchman's going to be under attack without our DRS is open from Facetus. He's approaching quickly.
Oh, he's
Gonna go for it. Almost kind of backs out of it just a little bit. Henchman didn't fully commit to kissing that apex, so he didn't end up kind of sandwiching the Renault. He stays P7. Back on board blue flag, and Method's currently within a second of one another. DRS is not open for the Ferrari. It's the battle to watch right now, though, between Facetus, Henchman, and Phantom.
Method's getting passed by blue flag. Blue flag trying to recover something of this race as he's got to stop again. Basically, it's going to
Too
get
much in terms of.
he's going to get DRS here on Hitchman. I believe so.
He
Unless
should.
he's
He's been
good.
pretty consistently within a second.
And he does not. And I think he just got out of it. So, yep, he will not get DRS. But look at that. Saints scored 22 and a half seconds on Jules, or 23 seconds actually, who was yet to pit, and 25 seconds on Ezia, who was the provisional second place runner.
Well, what's crazy is that Singscar started, like we said, P16. Jules started P14. So the medium tires, I mean, these guys haven't stopped it, and they've been working extremely well.
You're right, and Jules, he's got a good strategy here. If he can just maintain his pace, he might lose a spot to Ezio or to Zonic. But if he can just hold this pace and take him about another, I'd say about another 11 laps or so, he could go on to the softs and have some really strong pace at the end. Or even now, he could box this lap or two and go on to the hards. And he'd still be a good strategy.
Well, Exian now is really going for the two-stop. He put on those soft tires about 4 laps ago. He's now chasing down Jules. He's within half a second. He's got 54% on his battery. He's going to have DRS down this main straight. We're going to see if Exian can get it done to pass the racing point. He's pushing. He's in overtake as Jules. He does not want to give up that P2.
Ezio only in medium.
Moves across the track.
Yep, he's not close enough.
Not going to do anything for too crazy. Jules was on the defensive line and then kind of moved behind.
Ezio might have a better run through here. DRS straight again. Slipstream. Up the inside. He will
Is he going to go? He's not going to. He's actually going to. Yeah, he's going to get it done there. No problem. Exit up into P2. Wasn't sure if Jules was going to be able to hold him off there and keep the advantage in the corner. Yellow flag sector 3. It's Methods. He is DNF'd.
Yeah, Methods, who shows great pace at the beginning of the race, is just.
Oh, Methods is right there in the middle of the track.
That's
Valtteri crashed.
pretty dangerous, actually.
Car's been cleared.
Once again, Codemasters, nothing giving us a
26
safety.
seconds clear. Exit already well clear of a DRS start from Jules. Too close battle-wise on track at the moment.
Mitch closing up a little bit on Zonic. Zonic on 8-lap mediums. Mitch on 5-lap mediums. Looks like both of them will be going for the 2-stop.
Singscar just got a 3-second time penalty. 26 seconds clear.
Yeah, totally.
Cetus is in the pits.
Yeah, 3-second time penalty when you got a 20-second second lead. Totally is going to be damaging to your race. Am I right?
I don't know, man. Every second counts.
3
range up to Sonic. See, this just got a slingshot. Oh.
I tell you, it's absolutely mind-boggling. Saints are continuing the game about 3/4 of a second a lap. Each lap, if not a second a lap, on Etze, who's on fresh softs. That is just astonishing. But Mitch, right on the gearbox with Zonic here.
See what he can do here through this back straight. He's going to have DRS. He's going to put it in overtake. He's going to be pushing on the Red Bull here. Zonic on the trail. Gaining very quickly.
Oh, couldn't do it.
Go for it. He's going to get early on the second.
Thought we were going to see a Ricky Bobby slingshot engage maneuver there, but just couldn't quite do it.
You know what they say? Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby, but couldn't quite do it. He'll have another shot on the next. He'll have a couple more straightaways. Mexico's got some long straightaways, so don't worry. He'll have another crack at it.
This is still the closest battle right now between Mitch and Sonic. Also spaced out at the moment. You're about 50%. Singscar hasn't even gone to the base. Singscar's on the softs.
Well, he could be two-stopping as well, but just doing medium soft softs. Because, hey, we could sort of break it down. We've got 20 laps to go, do 10 laps on a set of softs, and then do another 10 laps on another set of softs. It's actually, if you are doing a two-stop, pretty smart.
Well, you have to look behind him. He's 7 seconds clear of Exia, who's on 8-lap-old softs. Jules in P3 has been on the same tires from the start. Meanwhile, Mitch into Zonic's going to kind of cover off the inside. Not too much, though. Force the Alpha around the outside. We'll have the benefit of this next corner. Keeps it tight through there.
Oh, they touched.
Almost contact being made. They go a little bit wide. The Alpha's going to get the move done. He's going to have the DRS as well. So Mitch up into P4. Let's go forward, TP here. TP chasing down Mercedes. DRS
Around Jules as quickly as possible here. Oh, blue flag on Mudlight. Can't do it. Has in turn one. Blue flag. He's already racked up several penalties. Just wanting to get on, move on with his race. He is running with no traction control tonight, so a little different for him.
Not an easy feat by any means. Also kind of looking through now, got a battle brink for P3. Mitch is only 7/10 behind Jules. Tazonic 6/10 behind Mitch.
Mitch in a racing
This
point
one
level
lap.
sandwich.
Singscar's been out. He's already
Jules
gained
is
2
in.
seconds.
He will surely be going on to the hards here, I would suspect. Took the mediums a couple laps longer than what I would have suspected. If you're doing the mediums to hards, I'd expect to around lap 14, 15, but nonetheless, he utilized them to the best of his ability, and he should be coming out around P9, I would suspect.
It shouldn't be. He's got plenty of distance there on Mud Life. Mitch now up into the podium spots. Tazonic 5/10 behind him. DRS is open, so it's going to let him stay in the fight. 8 minutes and 3 seconds.
Oh, blue flag's
flag
red.
just retired in Sector 3.
Oh. Once again, no safety
That's
car.
what
Thank you,
happened.
Coach Masters.
Let's see where he's at. It's on the yellows in Sector.
Right at the end of the corner there. It's actually a very weird spot. It's farther than where Botas was in his wrecking. If you go on board with Lightning out here, you'll just see it. Well, now you don't, as it comes in. He's right about the failure at that pace. But Singscar fastest lap.
1:16.4, no surprise there. He is flying already. 2 laps in. He's pulled about 6 seconds from P2. Sonic's trying to move around the pitch here. Saving up some DRS.
Yeah, TK and Hinchman also getting very spicy back there with Rhodes behind them. But Zonic on Mitch here. Shaking bank time, baby. Can he do anything? No, he can't.
Not going for it. He's a little bit too far back.
Oh, TK. TK's got a good rolling Hinchman here. He has Rhodes behind him. TK up the inside. He will. Rhodes will.
Claren backs out of it. Rose thinks better than it. So TK up into P6 and Rhodes right there behind him. Zonic and Mitch still engaged in battle. Mitch gets a 3-second time penalty. SF1 Rhodes is going to get it done on Henchman down that second DRS straight. On the brakes, yeah, Rhodes gets it done no problem up into P7. Back in this is Zonic still on 5 tenths behind Mitch.
Sort of gained quite a bit through that first. Oh, his nose light is retired.
Nose light just DNF'd. Not sure where. It's a yellow sector 1 and 2.
At the end of that straightaway, the first sector. I think he just went off.
Yellow sector 2 to Zonic. Has almost got the move done here on board now with Mitch. Mitch is going to hold him around the outside.
Oh.
Not quite. Red Bull's going to get past him. P3. Zonic holds, or Zonic gets the move done. The P3 takes it away from Mitch.
Hey, these guys battling is allowing Ezio to stay comfortable. Or it's another penalty. Is allowing Ezio to have a little bit of breathing space up there in P2.
We've lost 5 drivers to the session so far, so we're kind of approaching the point where if there's 2 more guys, if you get, just cross the line, you're going to get some points.
Like to note, Lightman is out of the race too. That's his AI car, so we have one more runner.
Fortunate for him.
Mitch gonna.
Very
Oh,
close to the
Cesaro
Red Bull.
mistake. He blocked it up.
DRS is open for the Alpha. Nothing for Zonic, not able to do too much. He's approaching very quickly. Not going to move around. No problem there for the Alpha. Back up into P3. I'll continue between those 2 drivers.
Well, Zonic might have a shot here. He has some ERS saved up. If he wants to go for an attack right here, it looks like he's wrong.
That DRS activation which is just brutal.
Well, it looks like Zonic doesn't even have DRS at the moment. He may not have it. Babyface gets a time penalty. And with Mitch around to Zonic, it's really starting to close in on that team here.
Through here, Rhodes is not giving TK too much speed. They're about 6 tenths between these 2 drivers.
Rhodes has been very consistent in the latter half of this season. He's been putting together some really good finishes. I think as Henchman has left the session now. So that means as long as everybody finishes the race, they'll score some points here today.
Points finish is a points finish.
That's it.
A la my point at Belgium.
Half in the chat for Adam's 1 point at Spa.
SF1 Rhodes on TK. Most TK's going to come all over the track to avoid breaking the slipstream. Taking past the egg. Should come out around P7. So Rhodes still back of TK to Zonic. Behind Mitch. Jules only 5 tenths there behind Benjamin. He's with the car. They're approaching Wake on TK. Sonic leaves multiple warnings.
Rhodes closing on TK here. You got Zonic trying to hold on to the back of Mitch. You got Rhodes quickly trying to get around TK here. TK just trying to hold on to the top 5. Rhodes trying to break into the top 5 here.
Pretty close here to the end of Sector 2 through the stadium section, about 5 tenths separating these 2 drivers. So Rhodes is going to want to get the best exit possible. order to give himself a great chance. He's got a full battery. He is ready to push as hard as he possibly can. Straight away. Overtake. DRS as well. I think Rhodes is going to be done here on TK.
Easily. And I feel like that's smart for TK, just letting him by, because I think TK is going to make another pit stop into the softs, where I think as Rhodes, I think he's going to the ends on those mediums. So smart move for TK. Don't camp in your race by getting into a battle with somebody. Run your own race.
Rhodes and Phantom, though, I mean, well, Tizonic and Phantom are 16 and 14 laps in their mediums respectively. So those tires already, you know, not super fresh anymore. So we're going to see how well they do this race.
Yeah, Rhodes only 12 laps on the side. That's why I say, with 12 laps remaining, he could stretch them if his tire wear is good. I just don't think Phantom and Tizonic can. They're going to have to box here soon with maybe about 3 or 4 laps here. That way they can have some nice fresh softs all the way to the end.
On board with Tizonic now. 50% of the charge right now is going to have DRS, and Mitch gets a fantastic. Pulls by straight away. Get on defense now. He's going to get the DRS, but Rhodes pretty safe here up the podium.
Lap sinks are 29 seconds ahead on Mitch. Goodness, and he still has to pit again.
Yeah, Six Car just doing what he does best and showing the pace that he has.
Tizonic able to keep a little bit closer with Mitch here. It seems like Tizonic really struggles through the back half of these S's and into sector 3. He's able to hold it much closer this lap. See if he'll be able to go for a charge on this front straightaway here in a moment.
Well, it's interesting because Tizonic has less, or has more wear in his tires compared to Mitch. Mitch's tires about 3 laps younger. Tizonic doing a very good job to keep him. However, I think Slingshot's going to give Mitch the DRS. And he is, yeah. Mitch is going to get DRS off the back marker, so that's not going to help Tizonic's chances at all.
Well, it appears Mitch doesn't have DRS at the moment because he's not pressing him here. That means Tizonic might go for a move, not close enough.
We'll get DRS again. Red Bull.
Oh, apologies. Weimarack is still racing. I forgot it was that ghosting thing that when you're a lap down. Apologies. So he's still in the race. It's Pinchman who is ADOT, I believe. No, he's still in the race. They were ghosted. Stupid ghosting. Why you gotta do that to me? Not on a Monday.
Looking for now Tizonic and Mitch going through those rear S's. And the longer they go on these tires, the more I worry about one of these drivers making a big mistake. Mitch, the younger tires, benefiting crazy. It's also breathing with his own. 5/10 behind Rhodes.
They're both in the pits. They're going on to the softs.
Interesting decision there. Let's see where he's going to come out. He's only on 3 lap all the mediums.
He gets the better stop here. Mitch stays in front of Tizonic.
Oh, they're so close to one another. They're going to come out comfortably P6 and P7 right now. DRS is open for Tizonic. Is he going to go for a move right off the bat? He's not going to go for the inside lane. Turning in right there. Mitch is going to hold him off. Not too aggressive from Tizonic, but that's smart. He doesn't want to make a big mistake and start to wear out these tires immediately. You have to make them last 10 laps.
Absolutely. After about 5 or 6 laps, they really start to wear. And you see Tizonic, he is antsy, wanting to get around Mitch as quickly as possible.
Well, it's GK Phantom currently in P2 right now, having not. Well, GK Phantom and SF1 Rhodes both on long stints. TK as well, 19 laps on those hards.
TK will be going to the end. So when Mitch and Jazani get to him, it will be for position. Etsy will be going to the end as well. Rhodes and Phantom, I don't know if they can stretch them. Rhodes possibly, not sure about Phantom. It'll be interesting to see. Sinkstar has pitted, and he's already back out. He's at turn one when Phantom's comes around the final corner. He's going to pit. So is Rhodes. They're both pitting.
And the road now into the pits. TK up into P2 on those hard compound tires. Let's see here if Mitch can make anything happen on exit. Open, pushing it for take. Approaching underneath it. Going to have the speed to get it done, and he is on the inside, late on the brakes. Done Mitch P3 now.
But remember, Mitch has a couple penalties. So does Tazonic. So Etsy is...
Look on Tazonic, though. Tazonic's making a move on right now. Gets past Exian, no problem. He's up into P4.
But like I said, Tazonic and Mitch, I believe, both have 2 penalties each. Etsy, I don't think he has any, and if he does, it's only 1. Them softs are going to die off at the very end of the race, while Etsy is still going to have pretty decent mediums. So as long as he can stay within a couple seconds of them, he'll still be good for a podium.
He's going to need to be careful. He's going to want to stay as close as possible to these two drivers. Tazonic, it's another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Closing on the back of TK here. TK, I'd like to say fight for all it's worth here, mate, but it's going to be a tall order on 20-lap hards versus fresh softs.
That's going to be tough there for him. I'm curious to see what these cars are like. Mitch and Sonic hungry to get past the Williams.
And Alfa Romeo passing Williams, that's very common to hear. But Mitch up the inside of TK, and he makes the job done.
Passing no problem now. He's actually going to be kind of holding up to Sonic a little bit. He needs to get past the Williams as quickly as possible.
He will.
Past the DRS.
Easy move.
Lap 28 right now of 36. About 8 laps left here in Mexico City. Singstar with a 27-second gap, even with the two-stop flying start of this race. Apologies for all these terrible noises making all night. I'm not quite sick, but
Well, it's still better than hearing you scream because of your cat clawing at you. Dare I say.
you know, can't do anything about that.
At least my cats are well behaved. But Zonic, about a second behind. Mitch's Phantom gets a 3-second time penalty. That could cost him P7. As Rhodes is on fresh softs, they're equal on softs here, so it's going to come down to raw pace, except for, penalties. But look at that Sinkstar, 27 seconds up the road of Mitch. Goodness gracious.
It's the only battle right now between Tazonic and Mitch. TK has already fallen about 2.5 seconds. Two nice one in the session.
That'd be a really good result for Zonic. Once again, bearing in mind he's got a few penalties. He's struggled quite a bit ever since that incident at Monza. Hasn't been able to think, so it's another penalty. He hasn't been able to really find his footing here the past couple of races. And if he can hold on to a podium once again, taking the back penalties, be a really good result for him and Mitch, who's been clicking together some solid podiums here recently.
Reed, kind of looking back to the rest of the field now. Cars starting to kind of close up on one another. GK Phantom is flying in full versus off. Renault past the race is already very close. Now the DRS
Will do it. Round the outside, easily done. We'll do it again. No, he will not. Rhodes isn't too far behind too, so he should be able to get up there with Jules fairly quickly.
Sonic and Mitch have kind of fallen a bit now about 9-10 now. Legacy is now closing in on TK since TK's got to worry about Toro Rosso behind him.
TK, once again, he's another driver that's been struggling the past few races. If he can come together for top 5 and maybe get a podium with Tizonic and Mitch having penalties, he can maybe snag a podium, be a good result for him as well. That's it, like I said, trying to close in.
24 lap ball strengths, 9 lap balls. Tall order. Stuff on the roads. 7. Fresh sauce. Line. No problem at all. McLaren will go to the P7.
And if Saints Hart can just hold on to this, Ferrari will win the Constructors' Championship this race.
Even with the flag Dan, I think as long as Saints Hart makes no mistake, basically locked in for the Constructors' Champions in Split 2 in PRL.
Oh, I thought he might have gone for a lunge. Back to Albert Smartly, they're going to have a good run here on the straightaway.
Like you're not just got past a slingshot entrance, so these two drivers outside the points, both Mercedes and Poland.
That's going to be pretty detrimental to their constructors fight. As we've got Etsy around the outside of 2K, easy move. No flag sector 1 here, they form, well, they've run away, so who cares? But Etsy in the P4.
He's still doing a good job of managing those tires. Got a 9-second cap in. Hold on that. And except on roads.
Got Rhodes. Hey, Rhodes has been a sleeper this race. He's been slow and steady. I don't think he's gotten but maybe one penalty the entire race if in. He's going to get a good result here if he can, well, even if he doesn't get around Phantom. Phantom has a penalty, so he should be able to get around him regardless. And they're closing in on TK too. If Rhodes can set sail past Phantom here, he'll have 4 laps and maybe make some inroads in TK.
8 seconds, it was 9 seconds earlier in this lap.
He's got plenty of DRS here, slipstream and DRS. The gap is 4 car lengths, 3 car lengths, 2 car lengths. Phantom trying to defend. Rhodes might not be able to do it here. He's going to dive it.
Space, yeah.
But he got
an offensive line. Phantom's so close to hold him off. There's going to work second.
Well, that might have just cost Rhodes a shot at the top 5 because that means he's most likely going to have to wait a whole nother lap to get around Phantom.
Here's Slingshot Henchman battling out the 2 Mercedes. Henchman just left the session, so he has to disconnect. 34 of 36. All out.
Rhodes going to try again here. Let's see if he can get a good enough run off that final corner. Phantom has quite a bit of ERS to use here too if he wants to. Rhodes gets a good exit. Phantom on equal exits. Turn it up, son, and see what you got. ERS, he doesn't have it all the way
Not pushing
over.
too hard.
He's not. Wow.
don't know. He's
So,
got it.
I tell you, I
He's got
did
DRS.
notice
He's gaining.
they gained about a second and a half that lap on TK. Phantom did in general. I wonder if Rhodes is trying to have Phantom pull him along here. Maybe to get up to the top 5, possibly.
Might be an interesting strategy if on SF1 roads, I want to maximize.
Yeah, absolutely. If I were Rhodes, if I were Rhodes here, I want to be the maker of my own destiny here and try to take what I can get in a hurry. But I mean, as you see, they're still gaining second and a half, 2 seconds a lap here, so it's going to be an interesting fight here at the end. Oh, Phantom makes a slide bobber and he gets another penalty.
Awesome, early time as well. That's for roads. Out with them. Still going to have 2 more opportunities. Batteries completely cool. SF1 roads. Absolutely. 4.5 seconds.
They took another 2.5 seconds out of TK that lap alone.
Really, that corner, they were 4 seconds behind now with this lead. SF1 roads, even without DRS, he's gained.
Rhodes might be waiting for the last lap here to make a move. That way, Phantom can't get back around him.
Rhodes might just make it a qualifying lap. He's not pushing hard, so I don't imagine his tires are doing too bad. And now SingStar final lap of this race. He is 28 seconds clear of Mitch. Absolutely dominating, so bar a accident. SingStar's going to take a nice little Sunday stroll. SF1 roads out the time to push. Saying it's hammer time. SF1 roads.
He's got the pusher. He's got a full tank of DRS. Use it here. Let's see. Still not trucking in overtake. Come on, Rhodes. Trucking in overtake. Go for a move.
I don't know what he's doing. He's not an overtake. He's not making a crazy push. He's gaining.
Well, he knows
they're not getting as far on TK.
So is he just, trying to conserve the tires possibly here?
Around SingStar is approaching the stadium section. He's right in the middle. The confetti is launched. Your BRL Split 2 champion SingStar proving again the pace that he has. SingStar is going to win the BRL Mexican Grand Prix from 16th on the grid. What a drive from him.
Oh, Mitch about wrecked coming out of the second. Excuse me, part of the Ashes lost about a second to Zonic. That might be a difference maker here. If Zonic had one more penalty than Mitch, he could have needed that 3-second gap. It's going to get interesting here come through the field based off the penalties.
Crossing the line or about to is Mitch. The penalty situation, like I'm not sure. He does cross the line for P2. Zonic's going to cross the line, and it's going to be P3. Mitch holds on. Eggsy is going to cross the line. Zonic did have a decent amount of time penalties. And Eggsy moves to P2!
He got it!
Mitch, he bumps Zonic off the podium and moves his way up into P2 for the Toro Rosso. TK's going to get P5.
P4!
Oh, Rhodes P4, Eggsy P2, Mitch P3. The penalties. Absolutely brutal for these drivers. And it's like you're not P10, Slingshot 11, Henchman 12, and that does conclude it. Exia gets P2 from P4 on the finish due to the penalties. He's going to get the second spot on the podium right next to SingStar, your race winner, and what a win it was. Absolutely fantastic. Aria Toro Rosso and Alfa Romeo up there. Very almost. We did lose 5 runners, but I expected a lot more carnage there on lap 1 to be complete.
Yeah, apart from a couple guys getting into it, there wasn't too messy. And once again, unfortunately, a couple guys got together there. But for the most part, drivers just losing it on their own rest of the race. You look at that podium, masterful job by Rhodes to avoid getting penalties. There are no penalties for him, and he gets into P4. Etsy was able to jump into P2. Tazonic fell to 5th, TK 6th. Phantom fell all the way to 8th. But man, look at that. Etsy getting up there on the podium. Mitch able to retain a 3rd place. Good results for all them. Lightly not getting final points over Slingshot. So disappointing for Mercedes. And I believe Slingshot are getting the fastest lap as well by almost a second. Goodness gracious.
Got to give a shout out to Jules as well. He started P14 on those medium compound tires in a similar strategy to SingStar, and he finishes P7. So I know he'd kind of been having a little bit of difficulties here in these races, but a good finish there for Jules.
All right, so update on SingStar. He did go back to the pad, but he turned off ABS.
Okay.
He still won by half a minute. So, but we'll get the podium finishers in here for post-race interviews. And I'll tell you, who do you got to give driver of the day to? We've got several possible candidates, I think.
It's not even a question to me, and it's annoying because I feel like almost every week, but SingStar, man, P16 to P7 on lap 1 avoids all the carnage, and then within 7 laps is already leading the Grand Prix, pulls his way out to ahead of a pit stops like lead. He dominated once he got up front, and it was just unbelievable.
I'm going to mix it up here. We kind of knew off the start that SingStar was going back to the pad, so obviously he was going to be a little bit quicker. That's the type of performance we expect out of him, and we expect nonetheless. I'm going to give it to Rhodes, the only driver, I believe, in the top 10 not to have a penalty. He came back from the back of the field. I think it was P13 around in there at the start, able to get up there into P4, so a good run for him.
I believe we have all of our podium finishers here in here. So, Deer Hunter, I'm going to let you take it away here with these podium interviews.
All right, lovely. P3 goes to Mitch. We saw you fighting right up there around P2, P3 all race. Tell us how your race went. You were able to grab a couple penalties there, and Etsy was able to jump you. Are you pretty confident in how your race went, or were you looking for just a bit more?
I'm coming from, I think I was 5th or 6th starting out. I was pretty happy to jump up into 2nd place. Mexico is one of those tracks that there's just a couple of corners or a couple of runoffs that jump out and get you as far as penalties go. So that kind of screwed me over there. And then I knew Exio was racing clean the whole time, and I had a feeling that he would be able to jump past me because of the lack of penalties and the fact that I just couldn't keep clean in some of the corners. But I was pretty happy with the podium. I was surprised that he was able to overtake me, but it was kind of what I was expecting.
Well, you've been on a good run of podium finishes here lately in the second half of the season. Some good momentum for you, and able to continue it here at Mexico. But P2, Etsia, you were P5 starting the last lap. You jump up into P2. What are you expecting that?
I really wasn't expecting it. I thought I messed up my strategy because when I went in the pre-race, I was like, soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft, and I was like running everything through my head. Well, what if I get wing damage? And then I got to pit early. I don't want to be on the softs for too long. And so I was like, I'll just stay soft, medium. And then in the middle of the race, when Mitch and both Taz went on softs, and then we all got on the main straightaway, I was like, and this is where I'm going to be slow. And yeah, so, but I mean, I was watching the deltas and checking my time penalties, and I was kind of hoping that maybe they didn't pull out far enough. I know getting past UFK was definitely a priority in order to try to minimize the time penalties.
Well, nonetheless, you're able to stay within that gap. Like you said, even though they got around you, you didn't let them get too far out ahead, so you were able to jump them there at the end. It just shows what being just a little bit more patient and being a little bit more clean gets you, jumping up 3 spots in the final lap. But our race winner, and in doing so, secures Ferrari, who wins the Constructors with 3 races to go. SingStar. Well, you went back to the pad, obviously, but you turned ABS off. But nonetheless, you still won by half a minute. How do you feel after the?
Well, I turned it off after lap 17 after I did my fastest lap. But
Oh, so after you already had the race won.
pretty much it was a bit of practice. But yeah, it felt good. I was starting to get used to the ABS off. I was very lucky with that crash at the start as well. I don't think I would have got up that quickly without that. But yeah, it was a good race. Want to congratulate him. Yeah.
And I just gotta ask here, how in the world did you go from P17 to P6, or sorry, P16 to P6 on the first lap and gain, I think it was 8 or 9 positions in the first corner?
Luck. A lot of luck. Yeah. It was hectic from where I was at, but yeah, it was a very lucky to get away with that.
Oh, a little bit of luck goes a long way, and that's your winner. St. Scar winning Bureau Split 2 at Mexico. Ezio coming home a good P2, and Mitch keeping the consistency with a P3. Pleasure as always. Be sure to check out our affiliates. Without them, you wouldn't be able to see such amazing coverage. Be sure to check out Vertigear. I know they've got some cheeky little deals for Cyber Monday for you techno people. Rogue Energy, man, if it weren't for it, I wouldn't be able to stay as hyped up as I am. Same with Adam. Gamer Grind Co. If you want some really good coffee at a really good price, check them out. And Into the AM. Look, I know I ain't the most stylish person out there, but with Into the AM, I look at this. So be sure to check them out. All 4 of them, I believe, having some Cyber Monday sales. Ooh, cheeky. Be sure to head on over to their sites for some really good deals. And be sure, if you tuned in to watch tonight, subscribe to the channel. It goes such a long way in helping paying for prizes and all that good stuff and making sure BRO continues to grow. So go and do that. Subscribe to the YouTube, but more importantly, subscribe to the Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to tune in next week as we have only 3 races remaining.
Three races remaining.
Yes.
Coda, Brazil,
At
and
Coda.
Dubai.
At Coda, for where about half of the drivers have their home race. Next week, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Monday night. Until next time, we're out of here. Adam, being head commentator and streamer, thank you very much. But we're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.